Hello there. It's been a little bit of a minute. I figured I'd just put all of this in one place for people who are, part of the channel already, people who are coming to the channel from, my social medias, whatever, kind of lay it all out. I'm writing a book. I've already been writing the book. I've got the outline of the chapter layout, got a couple chapters, 99% done. Some of the other chapters I have to wait for sources to get back to me. I have to do my due diligence and research to make sure I know I'm getting most of the facts, but I want to make sure I get as many of them as possible, because whether the narrative suits what I want it to or not, I want the truth to be there, because the truth matters more than an opinion. That's why you may have seen some of my videos coming out a little bit more slowly. I went on a bit of a tear there for a few weeks where it's just about one every day, sometimes several a day. I'm still going to be doing videos, still going to be talking about Warhammer and DC and probably Halo and a whole bunch of other things I have planned. I'm also working on kind of fine-tuning the podcast that I had for a while and bringing it back and making it a format that you guys can enjoy and that you like, and talking about topics you care about, and making it something pleasant for everyone involved. So, that's sort of taken up a little bit of time. Of course, I have a personal life on top of all that. But the book really is, kind of a big deal right now. I've got illustrations, I've got oodles of sources to confirm and to go over and to cite and precise days, because I found that when you have real people's names and the dates that conversations took place, and you have a very ironclad proof that you did your research, I want people to know that this isn't just me lying, because that's the last thing I want. Half the reason I'm doing this book is because so many other people lied. So, I guess a brief description of what this book will be. The working title is Summoning a Snyder Cult, and it's going to cover the ridiculous escalation that happened with DC fans, where suddenly there was this class of DC fans that were subpar and beneath everyone else, and they were simultaneously a minority that was ruining the characters, as well as the people who were responsible for all of the box office failures that happened whenever they didn't show up. How did that happen? How did these, the bot narrative, how did the Zack Snyder is a fascist thing happen? How did all of these things culminate and come to be? What's the first point of origin for these rumors and these claims, and how much validity is there to any of these claims? How many are they misunderstandings? Are they intentional misinformation campaigns? And I've already uncovered some straight up lies and disinformation campaigns in a chapter that was really supposed to be a very tame chapter, and it's kind of taken on a life of its own. So the book is sort of equal parts debunking lies that happen online, equal parts proving certain things that people will say didn't happen, did happen, all of which will have multiple sources, names of headlines and articles that you can all go check yourself, names of sources for you to interview if you don't believe me or if you want to know more. Because I encourage the dissemination of information more than anything. It matters far more than tribalism is truth. So it's a little bit of that. It's also a bit of a retrospective on how Warner Brothers got to where it is at the time of writing in 2023. And sort of, it's going to go back all the way to like the 60s and maybe even the 40s a little bit, because I want to go into the DC comics of it. So it's going to kind of prove the things that people who are upset about. They've been within the continuities for nearly 100 years now. Debunk some lies, prove some things happened, and it's kind of like this hodgepodge of things that just kind of culminates in showing how this happened, how DC went from, hey, I'm a fan of Green Lantern. Oh, really? I'm more of a fan of The Flash. Which one? Wally West. Oh, that's crazy. I'm a Jay Garrick guy. Just sort of like a nonchalant, just community that you didn't have to all like the same thing for the same reason, but you liked DC, so that was enough. Like, there was a common shared thread. And now it's become this, I don't want your movie to happen because I want my movie to happen, and Warner Brothers is only going to make one of these movies happen, so now you're my enemy because I want this thing. This all kind of started off because people were being so horrible and then acting like it never happened, so I started kind of keeping tabs on what was actually being said so the gaslighting couldn't get out of hand. And then people were being threatened. There was not even 3 months ago, someone was being threatened with legal action by someone for pointing out that guy, ultimately it was them disagreeing over DC things, but he shared that guy's old tweets to prove that he wasn't the virtue signaler that he was claiming to be. All over that. And he said that he was going to leave the guy destitute and homeless over a Twitter beef over superheroes. And my wife was threatened. Her and I both were, and I've kind of gotten a little bit more numb to the threats, but when they were threatening her, that was a bridge too far for me. And she broke down crying. I finally told her, like, hey, this is the stuff that people are saying and threatening, just you should be aware of this. And it really, like, my wife broke down in tears, and that wasn't okay. When people are making death threats and anti-Semitic attacks and, trying to leave people homeless, and so they'll, quote, starve in the gutter, all in the name of Superman, the level of delusion is too far. So I felt like someone needed to go in and kind of catalog how all of this stuff escalated. Because even, like, let's say that you aren't a DC fan at all. Well, I don't want this to happen to Star Wars fans or Star Trek or wrestling or kaiju films, Power Rangers, any fandom in the world. I don't want this to happen. I want to heal this, and I want to stop it from spreading to other fandoms, because no one should have to go through this for just a differing opinion on pop culture. That's a ridiculous situation to be put in. So it's been interesting. I've been writing it, and then my wife and my editor will go in and look, and they'll tone. I told them, if you see something where I'm clearly a little pissed off and I'm writing it, go ahead and make it as neutral as you want. Chances are I'm salty enough about this whole decade of being kicked around by these nerds that even if you neuter 99% of the sort of intensity I put on it, there's going to be enough that people know I wasn't happy about it. So, it's a big process. I write it, they edit it, they give it back to me. I kind of do another pass, they do another pass, and, Bob's your uncle. So that's why the channel has been maybe a little bit slower to upload. I'm not done. I'm going to continue to do it. I'm doing classes and certifications, and I have personal responsibilities, as well as all these other things I've listed in this video so far. And writing a book, I want it to be no less than 10 chapters, and I want it to be no less than 8 pages per chapter, aiming for over 10 if possible on all of them. But I also don't want to just waste pages to hit a quota. If a piece of information has been delivered effectively and efficiently, then I'm not going to draw it out. But I also don't want to make you pay for something that, there wasn't anything substantive to it. So I want to make sure that you get enough bang for your buck, but also I'm not wasting your time. So it's a very interesting experience, fine-tuning how that works. So I will keep you updated, probably not regularly, because it's probably more important for me to actually make the book. So that's kind of my focus right now. But as I hit, okay, I'm taking a moment to catch my breath so I don't burn out. This is how much I've accomplished. I'll let you guys know. And as the videos continue to come out for all the other things that I cover here on the channel and the new things I'll be covering, those will obviously just show up here. And, I'm really supportive of all you guys. This channel's really blown up over the last month or so, and it means a lot. And I'm really grateful for it. I'm just a normal guy. I'm not really a YouTuber. I'm just a guy who's sharing passionate things and some opinions with people, and, in the future, a book. So hopefully you all have a wonderful week, and just stay safe out there, and know that if you felt in your gut that things weren't quite right in the DC fandom, but everyone keeps saying that, no, this is the way it's supposed to be, I promise you, you're not crazy. And there's some catharsis coming. I promise. Things will get better. Anyway, thanks for watching.